forest.
No! None of that! Shame on you!
Give me that book. I'm gonna read it.
No, wait, Gear for Brains! I'm gonna be the one to read it!
With your squawky voice? I don't think so.
Squawky voice? Well, at least I'm not a failed duplication!
You take that back right now!
Shut up, you nincompoops! I am trying to ruin Christmas! I can't do it, or you two are constantly arguing!
Oh, we're really sorry, Doctor.
Yeah, we're sorry. We were just trying to find out who's gonna read the story. Story? What story?
Why, we actually made a special book about this whole occasion. We call it How Robotnik Stole Christmas, featuring you.
Featuring me? Yes, I like the sound of that. But neither of you two are going to read it. Who do you have in mind, your maliciousness? Why, none other than my good friend, King DDD.
Are you two still arguing?
To introduce my next guest, ladies and gentlemen, King DDD.
Why? 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 That is true. I got it. I'll let this Nimrod I just picked up to be able to read to us. Isn't that right, minion?
Man, first off, I ain't no minion. Because you already got some goony looking fours over there. And second of all, you held me against my will.
Then perhaps an ultimatum is in order. You read the story and tell it the way I would tell it, or else you'll be living by your name and I'll toss you into the furnace!
Well, that puts Coal Burner to a whole new level, huh? All right, I'll read this bad fan fiction.
Oh,
Oh, yeah!
serious,
I
brother.
love a great story.
Am I able to hear the story, Dr. Robotnik?
But of course, after all, you got yourself a promotion.
A promotion? After all these years, I finally got myself a promotion! What am I promoted to?
As opposed to being the sweeper, I am promoting you to Elf Sweeper for the season! Ho, ho, ho! I hope you like your gift!
No, I knew it was too good to be true. All right, settle down, everyone. Let's set up the mood, shall we? And read us the story of The Egg That Stole Christmas by Tales Is Real. That's my pseudo name!
I thought it was mine.
No, you're the one that says Tales is fake!
Oh yeah, I forgot.
On the planet of Mobius, creatures covered in town. A single store that was empty was nowhere to be found. Yes, Mobians hustled and bustled and raised quite a fuss, because today was the last day for the beloved Christmas. The shopping went on, and the day got quite merry, except for one person who felt quite contrary.
Look at those fools with their holiday plans! Someday, I swear, I will rule all the lands!
An angry old egg sat in his chair, kept watching over the Mobians from his mountain lair.
Christmas is pointless, a humbug for sure! It's just another day, there's no special allure!
And the happiness he saw now playing onto his screen.
How could they be so mean? Year after year, I had Christmas alone, and those wretched Mobians have yet to throw me a bone! For once, I just wish to get a present for me.
The sad doctor pondered and gazed at his tree. Then Dr. Robotnik had the most evil thought, an awful thought, a horribly heinous, very malicious thought.
So if I don't get presents, then no one will.
Plotting and planning, his minds did devise. Now he needed but a clever disguise. A quick glance at his jacket and a look in the mirror, he said,
By the Saint Nick himself, I couldn't be nearer.
Taking out his spare jacket and sewing some white, he completed the outfit that he will use tonight. Meanwhile, two Mobians on their way home trudged through the snow while they talked all alone.
Think Amy will like all the stuff that I bought her?
For all the money you spent, she could be your daughter.
Sonic just huffed and gave the fox a long stare. But Tails only laughed as the snow clung to his hair.
So, Sonic,
He spoke with eyes all aglow.
what'd you get for me? I just gotta know.
Sorry there, bro, but that's still a secret. If you're good till tomorrow, then I'll let you see it.
Somewhat disappointed, but knowing all the rules, Tails simply prayed that it was a new set of tools. Finally reaching the house at the bluff over a cove, Sonic made some hot chocolate over the kitchen stove. The beverage was hot as it ran down their throats, and it warmed their insides like an eternal coat. So Tails let out a yawn, to which Sonic said,
Hey bud, after supper, it's straight off to bed.
Annoyed at the curfew, young Tails now protest.
But Sonic,
He complained.
I still feel well rested.
Don't matter, bro.
Sonic quickly explained.
You know Santa won't come if you're still up when he came.
Yeah, right.
He muttered.
I've heard that before. I'm a grown-up kid now. I don't believe in Santa anymore.
Sonic seemed stunned as he pretended to faint. Then he pleaded to his brother.
Please say that you ain't.
Tails was now puzzled, confused as could be.
What difference does it make whether or not I believe?
'Cause Santa won't come and he won't bring you any gifts.
But this just made Tails annoyed.
I don't believe your myths.
Have it your way, bro, but watch out tonight. Santa might take everything away. Everything in sight.
Tails just ignored Sonic's childish warning.
Then I guess we'll see tomorrow morning.
Then supper was served, and Tails went off to bed. All over Mobius, children lied down on their heads. With his brother asleep, Sonic laid out the gifts. Maybe Tails is too old for such silly myths. Sparing a minute to straighten out things, the Hedgehog let out a sigh, and upstairs to bed he snuck. But unnoticed by all as he flew high, out of sight, St. Nicholas would be appearing tonight. Seeing his nemesis's house now down below,
I'll get that hedgehog first,
Eggman said.
just for show.
With a touch of a button, his chair quickly descended. When, on the roof of the house, he finally ended.
Now, how do I get in?
Eggman had to ponder.
The door will be locked, the windows too. But I wonder.
Seeing a chimney sticking up from the roof, Eggman had an idea and didn't wait for the proof. Quickly shoving himself down the small opening of brick, Eggman made progress before he began to stick.
What fate for an evil genius such as me to get stuck in the fireplace of my worst enemy!
Wiggling and writhing as best he could feel the hole widening as he entered the hood. At last he fell to the bottom, into a wood-holding spire. Now thinking good fortune that at least the logs weren't on fire. Then, from the fireplace, he stepped out in a foot, finally wiping his clothes to dust off the soot. All around, Eggman saw decorations and treats, colorful lights, and very good eats.
Now isn't this all merry? I'll take that, all that I can carry!
Looking once more for the biggest item to steal, decided that the tree would be most ideal. Grabbing and tugging with both hands he lifted. The actual tree, however, stayed rather restricted. He grunted and yanked to keep the tree stealing plan, but the tree fell right on top of Eggman. Using his strength to set up the tree once more, Eggman's face was unburied from pine needles galore. It now once more standing, and still decorative as it could be. Eggman pondered a way to remove the tree. Just then, however, a small, weak voice now sounded.
Santa?
The kid spoke, with eyes widely rounded, stunned as he turned to see the face of the young fox spy. Eggman whacked his mind frantically to come up with a lie.
Ho, ho, ho! I've been caught. You're sharp as nails. I knew someday you'll see me, Tails.
Tails now stepped closer, not believing his eyes, his half-sleepy mind not seeing through the skies.
Santa, you're real? You really came!
Most shocking to the fox.
And you know my name!
Ho, ho! I know the names of every young cub. Now, back to bed.
Eggman ordered, further to question to snub. But young Tails was still curious. It could easily be seen, as he now said to Eggman,
Have you always been green?
Green?
Eggman puzzled, with expression to match, till he noticed the pine needles almost covering his mustache.
Yes, this is true. And that's why all the others say that red and green both are Christmas colors.
The sleepy Tails nodded, the fib serving his purpose, but the fox didn't leave, which made Eggman quite nervous. Tails now stared at Eggman's modified coat, eyes wide in wonder, before he finally spoke.
I always thought Santa was just a bunch of lies. But here you are now, right in front of my eyes.
Eggman knew to act quickly before the fox caught him.
But now that you've seen me, we could have a problem. You know the rules. To my presence leaving, children get nothing unless they are sleeping.
Eggman saw the opportunity to shoot his young witness.
I'm sorry.
Tails pleaded.
I didn't know. I only got up because I have to go.
Then stop talking to me and go take care of business.
As Tails ran to the bathroom so himself he wouldn't wet, Eggman couldn't help thinking,
I might get away with this yet. Tails is too tired to see through my rules. I'll finish the job once he starts the snooze.
The bathroom door opened after a minute or two, as Eggman greeted Tails.
Now, off to bed with you. I still have much work to be done in this home, but I won't be leaving a thing unless I'm left alone.
Tails obeyed as his sleepy head nodded. As the stairs quietly now his furry feet plodded. Eggman then waited till the fox was surely under, before hanging his mind back to resume his plunder.
If this tree is too big for me to carry alone, then how would I get it out from the home?
Then, Eggman got an idea for getting his hoard and out of his pocket with all his devices were stored. He pulled out a pistol, a laser gun of sorts, and aimed at the tree, firing a bright beam of quartz. The Christmas tree was engulfed by a bright beam of light until it magically vanished right out of sight. Eggman sneered widely, happy as could be, as the laser told him the pine tree was stored in its memory. Wasting no time, and with a shocking amount of joy, Eggman then zapped the presents, stealing Tails' new toy. The stocking and the wreath got blasted away too, along with every decoration involving the Christmas he knew. Then he went to the kitchen. There he did steal the chili and the hot dog for the 2 Christmas meal. Lastly, he spotted some mint candy and emptied the whole bowl. Now replace the sweet with large lumps of coal.
My work here is done!
Eggman said with much glee.
This is what they both get for never giving anything to me!
Forgoing the chimney and simply leaving through the door, Eggman summoned his chair and took off once more.
For Sonic and Tails, now Christmas is lost, but oh, the other Mobians must still pay the cost!
You're a mean one, Robotnik. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a slicer. You're as clever as a miser, Robotnik. You're an old bagnik with a greasy fat wheel. You're a dastard, Robotnik. Your heart's an empty hole. Your stash is full of lighters. You got a chasm of a soul, Robotnik. I wouldn't touch you if you are near the goal pole. You're a vile one, Robotnik. You have termites in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a fanboy gone wild, Robotnik. Given a choice between the two of you, I'd take the fanboy gone wild. You're a vain one, Robotnik. You're a nasty sack of bile. Your teeth are ruined ivory. Your eyes are pools of guile, Robotnik. The 3 words that describe you are as follows, and I quote, Mean Bean Machine. You're a monster, Robotnik. You're the king of lousy thoughts. Your head is oddly shaped, looking like a multi-kumquat, Robotnik. Your mind is an appalling dump heap, overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable. Covered with moldy black spots. You make me angry, Robotnik. You make me wanna scream. You're a crooked, callous jerk, and you make me wanna curse, Robotnik. You're a 3-layer egg salad and toadstool sandwich with arsenic cream.
Into town he flew, and took all the lights. He even melted the snow to stop the fun snowball fights. To Amy he visited and zapped all her new clothes, leaving nearly a thread for poor Amy Rose. He stole jewelry from Rouge and all the other nice things, the Master Emerald from Knuckles, along with all the zone rings. Vanilla and Cream's house was next on the list, and Eggman raided their pantry alongside all of Cream's gifts. The Chaotix came after, all three sound asleep, as Eggman helped himself to all he could keep. Charmy's candy was stolen, none of Espio's shurikens remain, and right off the Croc's own body, Eggman took Vector's gold chain. Even Big he remembered, and though his feet got quite soggy, Eggman trudged through the marsh and took his best friend, Froggy. Shadow, it seems, got the best deal, since, search all he might, Eggman found nothing to steal. Now content he had stolen from every Mobian out there, Eggman finally returned to his evil lair.
Now just wait for the morning when all those fools awaken, just to figure out that Christmas was taken!
He let out an evil laugh, and never once he paused, feeling very joyful for the chaos he's caused. Morning came early to Mobius. It was Christmas Day at last, and all over the planet, children were getting up fast. Sonic, now up after hearing strange wails, dashed down the stairs to meet a crying Tails.
It's all my fault, Sonic. You told me I'd pay. Santa did come last night, and he took everything away.
Sonic was stunned as he surveyed the room that now, without decorations, seemed to only show gloom.
Santa doesn't really exist. I was just yanking your chain,
he said.
But last night,
Tails cried.
I saw him when he came. He was big and old, and even knew my name.
Hold up there, bro. You saw Santa last night?
Sonic shouted out, dumbfounded, knowing something isn't right. Tails nodded his head, still crying periodic, while Sonic thought to himself,
This stinks like Robotnik.
Patting Tails on the shoulder, further his tears to check, Sonic promised the fox.
I'll be back in a sec.
Immediately, Sonic then dashed out the door, heading straight for Eggman's base, having been there before. On the way, he met countless other victims of larceny, proving that the phony Santa hadn't missed a single person. He then broke through the fortress with relative ease, letting himself in without so much as a please?
Okay now, Eggman, where did you go? You've done some bad things before, but this is a new low.
And how do you know it was me?
Eggman answered with a grin.
Christmas is cancelled now, Sonic. Face it, this time I win. Year after year, you have Christmas without me. Well, let's see you have it now, without nearly a pine tree.
Yet Sonic just groaned. With the ease of his task,
If you wanted to so badly, why didn't you just ask?
but Eggman took a deaf ear to Sonic's good plea.
And why would you invite your worst enemy? You all would hate me or set a trap all along.
Sonic shook his head and spoke.
But that's where you're wrong. It doesn't matter what reason you celebrate Christmas here. It's just that special time that draws everyone near. And it doesn't take presents or decorations above, because Christmas is the time to be with the ones you love.
Now Eggman was stunned, to say the very least, and he felt like a monster for stealing everyone's feast.
What have I done?
Eggman quickly thought.
Christmas was supposed to be the presents, but now I'm told that it's not.
The doctor's face sagged as he let out a sigh.
Then take all your stuff back before you say goodbye.
Sonic took the laser full and was about to say see ya when the hedgehog suddenly turned, saying,
I've got a better idea.
Into Eggman's giant base all the Mobians came to share a Christmas together that would never be the same. The dinner was grand, filled by all creatures hairy. The return of the decorations made it even more merry. Eggman himself presided as the holiday host. Many commented he looked jollier than most. He apologized to Tails for making him feel like a fool, and personally presented the fox a shiny brand new tool. To Amy some perfume, to Rouge a large brooch. For Knuckles a siren, wet to warn when intruders approach. Cream got a new game, the Chaotix received some cash. Everyone had a gift from Robotnik at his Christmas bash. And to thank Sonic for his holiday herald, Eggman even turned over the green Chaos Emerald. Yes, all the Mobians got back to what was stolen before, and every single one of them. He also gave something more. And everyone feasted until their bellies were swollen. It was the best holiday ever, the year that was stolen. The end.
All right, I read you your story. Can I please go home? I'm getting really cold.
Oh, don't worry. You're free to go. And don't worry about being cold. I know just a place to warm you up.
Actually, this is actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Toasty.